welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. I just did a current energies reading for any soul contract connections, your twin flame, your soulmates, any soul contract connection. Looking at the current energies of the connection, your divine masculine energies, your divine feminine energies, and just sort of where they're at. And then we have some cards from spirit to see, sort of advice from spirit. So I'll walk you through this whole thing. So first we have cards here. These are the overall energies, the sort of the theme of the connection. So the theme of the connection right now is remembrance, resurfacing of past feelings and emotions. They're nostalgic. They're looking as a connection. They're going over sort of their whole journey, sort of a reflective period. The current theme for the masculine, two cards came out. So we have the ocean of eternal love. So it's all about healing and feeling creative and fertile, and new emotions, new feelings starting to bubble up. We also have intuitive communication. So the masculine might be experiencing telepathic communication from the feminine. He might be kind of tuning into his intuition and hearing guidance from spirit, or seeing signs and synchronicities and kind of noticing things that he didn't notice before when it comes to this connection. And then the overall theme for the feminine is harmony. She's in her power. She's self-confident. She's all about productivity and doing her work, and really focusing on her right now. 11, 6, 13, 4. Okay. All right. So let's look at first the current energies of the connection. So the current energies of the connection, we have the 8 of air, the ace of air, and the 3 of water. So this is sort of the air cards in this deck are like your swords. So this is the 8 of swords. So the 8 of swords energy is about gaining clarity, about seeing things from a different perspective, kind of gaining a new understanding. The ace of swords is about taking action. It's about starting to move forward, and it's sort of a quick in sort of a quick way. And then we have 3 of water, which is the 3 of cups. So the 3 of cups is about a celebration. It's about collaborate. It's about coming together. So right now the connection is sort of in this new period of gaining clarity and seeing things from a different perspective, and really kind of kicking it into gear with wanting to come together and seeing the enjoyment of the connection. So first we'll go with the current energies of the divine masculine, or the masculine energy. So right now they are in this 3 of Pentacles energy. So the 3 of Pentacles energy is about kind of coming into anytime you see the number 3 with a card, it's sort of putting into motion the plan and the action of the 1s and the 2s. So the 3 is kind of getting things set to bring forward. So the 3 of Pentacles is about building building this plan, or starting to put the plan into action, and actually starting to do the work. The work for what? So we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups to me is the feminine energy. So he wants to bring this plan forward to the Queen of Cups, because, and then these cards came out, the Chariot and the 10 of Pentacles. So he wants to move forward. He wants forward motion towards the Queen of Cups to get to this 10 of Pentacles. He wants stability. He wants a strong foundation, family, the ultimate goal of, what this connection is about. So he wants to set this plan in motion towards his Queen of Cups. Start the ball rolling, to get to this energy. So where are our feminines at? Our feminines are at the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is about really digging in and planning for the future, and possibly saving money and developing a strong foundation, and really putting in the work, to get to, possibly this Ten of Pentacles energy. We also have the Two of Cups. So she's thinking about coming together. She's thinking about this connection. She's thinking about an offer of love, companionship, a new start with, with the connection. And she's also in the Three of Cups energy, which is part of the connection as well, which is celebratory. So there's some happy things going on. Maybe this is sort of the first stages of coming out of separation, and maybe they're just starting to put their toes in the water and really test the waters between the two of them about coming together. So she's very happy and very excited and celebrating about an offer of love, but she's also concentrating on herself and building a strong foundation, to be this Queen of Cups, for the masculine. So then I asked questions here about how the masculine now in this stage, in the current energies, how is the masculine looking at the feminine? So what I have here is I have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about a solid offer, a solid building of emotion, a relationship, building a relationship. The Ace of Cups is about coming forward with emotion, overflowing with gratitude. He sees the feminine as someone that he wants to bring this cup of love towards a new beginning. But then we also got this Ten of Swords energy. So the Ten of Swords energy is about being defeated. It's about betrayal. Being betrayed by someone, sort of being stabbed in the back. So I asked for a little clarity on that, and didn't get too much. But so we have the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is also about feeling defeated. It's about coming through battle and feeling defeated. But then we also got the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups, and I thought we had the Nine of Cups here. So he's feeling about his feminine, and the Queen of Cups is here. So she's coming into the picture here. So what I'm getting, there's also Queen of Pentacles. So sometimes when in a reading, if you have two queens, I wanted to see if this has to do with a third-party situation. Is he feeling defeated? Is he feeling betrayed or something, because of a third-party situation? The Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups matches with his energy towards his current energies and his energy towards the feminine. So I believe this to be the feminine, but then I wanted clarity on what this Queen of Pentacles meant. So we got a couple cards here about awakening. So he's awakening to this connection. He's awakening to what his Queen of Cups, or the feminine, is bringing to him. The lessons that he's learning. This feeling of emotional stability and kind of pulling him out of this energy. He's looking to her to help awaken him, help pull him through this. Because up until now, he's been wearing a mask, and abandoning, and felt abandoned. So then I got the answer is no, as far as this third party. So when you put all this together, I think that this Ten of Cups energy that he's feeling towards his feminine is that he felt abandoned. He was stabbed in the back. He was betrayed. He was in this very defeated energy. The Ten of Swords is sort of a closing, is the end of a cycle. So this Ten of Swords, he knows he's closing this cycle. He's starting to come out of this defeated and abandoned energy, because there was a time in his life that he was stuck in this energy. But this emotional stability that he's getting from his Queen of Cups, from his feminine, this is nurturing energy, this is loving energy. So he's feeling this energy, and it's pulling him out of this stuck, abandoned, defeated energy. He also sees her as the Queen of Pentacles, because she not only signifies the emotional stability, but also this solid foundation, this person who's very self-confident and very productive, and someone he can build with, and lose the mask and help him awakening. So that was sort of the clarification for that. So over here, how is the feminine seeing the masculine? We have the Death card. So the Death card is all about transformation. She sees him as this knight in shining armor coming through this transformation, pulling himself out of this Ten of Swords, defeated, abandoned energy, into a more, gaining more clarity on his emotions, into a more stable, stable foundation, into a more grateful and, sort of finding his Ace of Cups, filling it up with a little more self-worth and a little more love for himself. So she sees a transformation in him. She sees him as the Magician's energy. So that's usually, that can signify divine intervention, that can signify manifestation. So I think in looking at her vision of the masculine, I think this Magician energy coming in here is all about being the man of her dreams, being what she's manifesting. She's manifesting this Ten of Pentacles. She's manifesting this Nine of Cups and the Eight of Cups, and she's helping to pull him out of this Ten of Swords. She wants more for him, and this is all coming about. We also got the Hermit and the Nine of Swords. So she is withdrawn right now. She is going within. She's trying to figure out, because she does have a lot of anxiety, and she's holding on to some fear and kind of nightmare energy about this, about her masculine. So I asked for a little more clarity on that, and I got the Eight of Wands and the Two of Cups. So what she's worried about is that the progress forward, him coming forward, the progress of the connection, even though she feels the celebration and feels them starting to come together and things are starting to look up, it might not be happening fast enough. It might not be happening in a way that she expected it to. So this is cause for her to worry. And, she's not sure if he'll ever come forward with this offer of love. So this is all kind of weighing on her, and kind of really is something that she's worried about at this point. So current, future energies of the connection here, we have the Strength card. So they're both, the connection is gaining in strength. It's getting stronger. It's kind of taking baby steps forward, but it is a forward moving connection. Things are starting to gel and starting to come together. We have the Magician here in future energies of the connection, but this is more, I believe, divine intervention. So the universe is pulling these two together. It is sort of, aiding and helping things to move forward. We have the Tower, which is going to be a quick, going to signal a quick change. Something is going to shift. Something is going to change in this, in the future energies of this connection. And then we also got this Temptation card. So I asked what this Temptation card is about. This Temptation card is about attachment. So it's about attaching, maybe attaching too much expectation to the outcome. Much like this Nine of Swords energy for the Divine Feminine. So, and then I got confirmation that this is having to do with the Divine Feminine. So the feminine of the connection has to be very careful of their attachment to the outcome, to how this is going to unfold, how this is going to shift. Things are going to happen, and they're going to take place, and there's going to be a quick shift. It may not come around. I mean, union might be coming into the picture, but it might not come into the picture the way you pictured it, or the way you expected it. I mean, you know, you might have these daydreams of him showing up on your doorstep with a dozen roses and, you know, an engagement ring, and just having it all happen at once, and that's just not what's going to happen. So holding on to this attachment is going to create a barrier. It's going to create a blockage. So you want to make sure that you release all expectation and just kind of go with it. Go with the shift, flow with it, let it happen. Because releasing the worry here about it ever coming, it's going to come. He sees you as the Queen of Cups. He sees, you know, he's looking forward to stability and a family and you know, future long-term type of connection. So kind of release, don't put too much of the emphasis on or attachment to the outcome of the future energies here. Release pride and ego. So the fear that's happening over here is part of ego. It might be, you know, some pride in there as well. So release the pride and ego. Be very understanding and forgive. So I feel that a lot of the Divine Feminines, anyway, that I've seen posting lately and stuff like that, there have been people coming forward that you might have needed to forgive in your past. And when you provide forgiveness to these people and sort of give them back the peace that you have of them and release that, it opens up the door to welcoming new things. And I think that's sort of this energy of what's happening here. So remember to be compassionate, be understanding, release your pride and ego, release your expectations or attachments to the outcome, and, you know, practice forgiveness. So to end the reading, I got a few words of advice from Spirit. So for the Divine Feminine, Spirit wants you to call in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmation, and visualizations help to bring you together. So this is just confirmation that the things that the feminine has been trying to manifest, this foundation that she's planning, these dreams of a connection and things that she's bringing forward, is really working, because it's helping to pull him out of stuck energies and kind of give him a breath of fresh air, a breath of new life. For the Divine Masculine, yeah, it was romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So any worry, any fear, any feeling, any of this leftover energies here of feeling not worth it or feeling like you don't have enough to offer, any of that, just kind of lose that, because your feelings, what you feel towards your feminine, is real and it is worth exploring. And then for the connection, it's express your love. Go ahead and make a romantic gesture, because it is all starting to come around. This is, for a lot of you, this is sort of the beginnings of getting to that final phase. Sort of putting your toes in the water of union, kind of coming towards, you've closed out. There are really no open cycles at this point. We are at the end of a lot of, the Ten of Swords, we're at the end. The Nine of Swords here, we're at the end. So there's a lot of work has been done. And if you notice, a lot of the cards are very small numbers, which means beginnings. We're in the beginnings of the beginning stages again. So a lot of the cycles have been closed out. We are at the end. So this is signaling sort of the beginning stages of union for a lot of people. So I hope all that resonates, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one. So thank you for tuning in.